been a while since I've done any vlogging, probably for good reason, and if you hear the dog barking, that's part of the reason. Oh, what is up, you guys? I am trying to finish up my shift at work. Dog is barking, and all of the systems seem to be crashing. An unexpected error occurred from ISV code. I don't even know what any of this means, but whatever. IT has been sending out emails like crazy, nothing's working, blah 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 blah. I'm just so tired, guys. What day is it? It's Monday. It's Monday the 15th. And I'm worn out. Time change and everything has just been, it's been a nightmare. And, yeah. Anyway, I thought I would do a little bit of a vlog because I haven't done anything that's not, like, regularly consistent in a while, and this is just kind of a different format to go with, and since everything seems to be broken, it's not a whole lot else for me to do right now. I want to do some yarn dyeing today, so I'll probably do some of that, but I have to go to Costco first because I need some groceries. Even though I currently live alone, I go through about 4 gallons of milk in 2.5 weeks because I use it for coffee, I use it for cooking, baking. I use so much of it, so I need to go get some. Let's see if this will work today. So I'm gonna go get some of that. I need some things like pasta and cranberry juice, and I like to buy things in bulk because in the long run it's cheaper, and because I just use a ton of it. Is this ready to be done? I don't know. Let's see. Will this work? Of course not. Of course it wouldn't. There's nothing like having a job where everything goes wrong. But, isn't that just everything now? Anyway, you can tell I'm kind of out of the train of thought of filming anything because I don't even know where this is going. All I know is that I'm tired, but I'm inspired, I'm motivated, I want to try something new today, and so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you on a little bit of this yarn dyeing journey, try something a little different, based on some things that I've seen on Instagram and other social media places. So I'm going to give some of these things a try, see how they turn out, and hopefully we'll turn out something really cool. I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go. I've got some ideas in my head about what colors I want to use, and I already kind of know the techniques I want to try, but the overall look is going to be really interesting because I haven't really tried this before, so I'll explain more as I do more, but yeah. So anyways, stick along for the journey. I'm glad to have you here. the yarn prep is honestly what takes the longest, just because it's got to soak, and then you got to put it into the pan and get everything ready. So that's kind of the idea right now. Next part is to I need to separate all my colors by color, like reds, oranges, yellows, green, blues, purples. Just to kind of remember what I have. Again, I kind of have an idea of what I want to play with today, but I also kind of need to take stock of what I have, because it's kind of time to put in a dye order anyway. So that's probably going to be what I do next. But I do have to run to Costco first, so I got to do that, and then I'll come back and play with the rest of it. So yeah, I guess I'll be right back. Well, I'm back from my Costco run, which took a lot longer than I thought it would, which isn't necessarily a problem, just, you know, it was also trying to rain. So anyway, let's get back to where we left off and see what we come up with today. I can't physically run the electric kettle and my burners at the same time because my circuit breaker can't handle that. And if you're wondering what I'm doing now, it's setting up the tripod so that you can at least see what I'm doing as I do it. The lighting here is going to change dramatically. Do you just love the, like, grossness of my garage? The dye space is clean. It's very nice, actually. I have, like, painted walls and stuff, and I set that up on purpose that way. So now I can actually turn on the heat. I have to be careful with this tripod now because I've figured out it's broken. And all set. Let's crank the heat. So that's all the color I'm gonna add. I've kind of added everything that I want to play with. So you may have noticed that last color was a lot. I'm also trying to find my light here. Yeah, that last color was a lot, but the important thing here is that they're in there so tightly and condensed that the way that I've turned them and flipped them, hopefully it's going to affect more of the white space than it's going to affect any of the other parts of the yarn that already have color on them. And some mixing is fine, I absolutely want that. But what I'm hoping is that it's not going to spread too much. I also use, for this experiment, I used very low concentrations of dye, so they're not going to be fully saturated with color. And additionally, I used a lot of citric acid, which helps the dye adhere to the yarn, and when it's hot and there's all that citric acid in there, it usually adheres pretty quickly. But additionally, I didn't move any of the yarn after dumping that color in there, so wherever the yarn is, it's where it's gonna stay, and it shouldn't pull through too much. I'm really interested to see the results on this. This is the first time I've really tried. This is called color dumping. I've done a couple of experiments with this probably a couple weeks ago, but I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing and I didn't write anything down. So this time I actually did write it all down. I have my dye book here, so I wrote down the recipe so that I can remake this in the future if I want to. So right now we're just gonna let it heat and exhaust, and then we have to let it cool and rinse, and then we hang it up to dry and we'll see how it turns out. So now it's just a waiting game, and I think while we're waiting I'm gonna go watch some Time Team on YouTube, which is an archaeology documentary series from England, or from the UK, and I think I'm just gonna knit a little bit, so we'll just see what happens. Alright, it's 8 AM the next morning, so let's go hang up some yarn to dry. Wow, it is cold out here. This Vegas weather is so confusing because it's like cold, and then it's hot, and then it's cold, and then it's hot. I can't figure any of this out. Okay. We need a good place to put the camera. Get a nice, beautiful shot of my vehicle. Oh, I need gloves. This normally isn't a huge deal. Oh, that's a skein of fishbowl ready to go out. Somebody from, they did the pigskin, I can't remember what it is. It's some kind of an event that a friend of mine hosts. And one of the participants won some stuff. I was one of the sponsors for the event. So they won that and a skein of another colorway. Now, sometimes I rinse these, sometimes I don't. These have fully exhausted, so I don't necessarily feel the need to rinse, but I'm gonna drag this over, because sometimes citric acid gets left on the skeins, so. That is a beautiful skein of yarn. All kinds of different colors in there. I think these turned out really good. I'm really excited to see what they look like when they're dry. Never judge your yarn until it's dry. and now we just wait for it to dry. So I'm excited. Hope you're excited. I'll post pictures of the finished skeins here at the end. So thanks for coming on this journey with me, and hopefully these are really cool. But I'm glad I wrote everything down so I can redo it. From what I can see, they look amazing. Yeah, I mean, of course, the mess of my garage, but from what I'm seeing, they look awesome. I'm really excited. Hope you are too. See you next time.